Having already taken a look at the top US coins that sold during 2019, let's see what the top 10 most expensive world and ancient coins were that sold at auction during 2019. First up is a coin that is simply known as the King of Canadian Coins, that was sold by Heritage Auctions at the ANA's World's Fair of Money during August. The 1911 Canadian dollar coin is a legendary rarity within the Canadian series. In total, only 3 coins are known to exist, 2 struck from silver, such as the one example exhibited here, and another one in lead. So, due to the small mintage and the fact that no coins ever entered circulation, this is technically a pattern coin. This is also the only coin of its type in private hands, as the other 2 are in permanent exhibition in the Bank of Canada's National Currency Collection in Ottawa. Graded by PCGS as SP64, the coin attained a closing bid of $552,000 at auction. Then we have a very rare gold Aureus coin from the little-known Britannic Roman Emperor Electus. Little is known of Electus today, a usurper who came to power by assassinating his predecessor, a fate which, as irony would have it, he would himself face one day. According to the accounts given by Geoffrey of Monmouth in the Histories of the Kings of Britain, he was an oppressive ruler who lived, and indeed died, by the sword. His coinage, however, was unapologetically propagandist in their design. On this coin's reverse, for instance, the sun god Sol stands with his hand raised and 2 slaves kneeling at his feet. Combined with the inscription, it implies that the very sun itself rises for the emperor. Only 24 Aureus coins are known of Electus to have survived to this day. Remarkably though, struck from 19 different obverse dies. The specimen here, which was only discovered in March of 2019 near Dover in Kent, matches the example that is held in the British Museum. Sold by Dix Noonan Webb in June for £460,000, or around 590,000 US dollars. Another ancient coin then, but this time to ancient Greece our attention turns, and we find an Athenian Decadrachm as the subject of our discussion. A near perfect example with high relief and perfectly centered strike, depicting Athena herself on one side and the Athenian owl on another. Minted around 467 to 465 BCE. The role of these large coins in the ancient economy has long since been brought into question. The first accounts from historians such as Herodotus indicate that they were issued as incentives or, well, bribes, basically, to prominent citizens, while scholars such as Berkeley Head promote the idea that they were self-aggrandizing issues by local tyrants or rulers. While these views may have merit when applied to very specific instances, overall I do take issue with it, as especially more recent and frankly objective studies of coin hoards have indicated that these coins may have had a more utilitarian purpose within the practical, everyday economy of ancient Greece. This coin was sold by Numismatica Ars Classica in Zurich during May for a very impressive 650,000 Swiss francs, or what amounts to roughly 640,000 US dollars. Even by the standards of the French royal court, the 10 Louis coin was a massive denomination, reportedly minted exclusively for the king's gambling tables, at slightly over 2 ounces of pure gold. A piece like this would have been slight overkill to try and buy a baguette in 1640. The smaller Louis d'Or coins, such as the 1 or the half Louis, were in fact introduced in 1640 to replace and push out the Spanish doubloon from everyday commerce. Although little actual evidence of this exists, it has been suggested that Cardinal Richelieu directed the creation of the Louis d'Or coins, as he felt that the Spanish coin circulating in France was a direct affront to the French monarchy. Sold by Numismatica Genevensis in December, this remarkable coin raised 700,000 Swiss francs, which comes to around 707,000 US dollars. Staying within the same time frame now, but migrating to the Holy Roman Empire, we discover a singular rarity from the rule of Ferdinand III, minted in 1648, possibly to celebrate the end of the 30 Years' War, created in the mining region of Chemnitz, most probably as a presentation piece to Ferdinand himself. The legend on the reverse translates roughly as, "Under a lucky star, there is a new destiny. Hungary offers you, Ferdinand, the fruit of your mines," referring most likely to the gold mines of Kremnica, where this coin was created. Incidentally, the site of the world's oldest still operational mint. Created by PCGS as MS62, the coin sold for 750,000 Swiss francs, or around 758,000 US dollars. And then there is this very rare example of Ferdinand II's double hunting thaler from 1626, which is normally seen in silver, but is here produced from 34.58 grams of pure gold instead, with a denomination of 10 ducats. The reverse depicts the king riding on horseback with a hunter and 2 hunting dogs in tow. The scene is set against a cityscape, quoted in most resources as very well being Prague, although a very strong case can be made for Vienna also, and rather annoyingly and somewhat unlikely, but some very early resources do claim that the cityscape represents Breslau instead, which is where this coin was minted, and likely where that confusion arose to begin with. Sold by Numismatica Genevensis for 750,000 Swiss francs, or just about 758,000 US dollars. The Seleucid kings were not exactly renowned for their gold coinage, especially very large octodrachms such as the one depicted here from the rule of Antiochus III. By all accounts, his rule was largely triumphant, having significantly expanded the reach of the Seleucid Empire over the first decade or two of his rule, with only the might of the burgeoning Roman expanse holding him back. This coin is the finest of only 2 specimens known of this beautiful octodrachm, which appears to have been struck from dies usually reserved for silver tetradrachm coins instead. The near lifelike portraiture of Antiochus is paired with the image of Apollo sitting on an amphilus holding an arrow. The coin was sold at auction by Numismatica Ars Classica for 800,000 Swiss francs, which at the time equated to roughly 780,000 US dollars. Now, if you want to get technical, then yes, the following piece is not actually a coin, but rather a medal, specifically a privately commissioned piece by Philip II of Spain, intended as a personal gift to his wife, Mary Tudor, to celebrate her coronation as Mary I, Queen of England and Ireland in 1553, although the medal was likely only completed in 1554. The only other known example of this medal in gold is currently curated in permanent collection at the British Museum, with several silver copies also known to exist, sold by Numismatica Genevensis in their December 2019 sale for 800,000 Swiss francs, which at the time of sale was about 808,000 US dollars. In the second position, we have a silver Tetradrachm coin from ancient Greece, issued in Syracuse to be more specific, and signed by the legendary engraver Cimon. The coins of Cimon and certain of his contemporaries are considered as a particular delicacy for those with an interest in ancient coins, with this piece struck around 405 to 400 BCE being a particularly noteworthy showpiece. In fact, the auction catalogue goes so far to claim that this is, and I quote, the most important Greek silver coin ever sold, a claim that is easily dismissed as hyperbole, but honestly it's difficult to argue otherwise. Sold here on this occasion for no less than 1,700,000 Swiss francs, or, given the exchange rate at the time, around 1,718,000 US dollars. Then, the most expensive world or ancient coin sold in 2019 was an ancient Islamic coin from the Umayyad Caliphate, most likely minted around the year 724, when Hisham bin Abdul Malik became the 10th Umayyad Caliph. The inscription reads as "Mine of the Commander of the Faithful in the Hijaz," giving this coin the distinction of being the first Islamic coin to mention a location within the present-day Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, stating not only where the coin was minted, but where the actual gold was extracted. Morton and Eden had the distinction of auctioning off this coin in October for 3,100,000 British pounds, or the equivalent of around 4 million US dollars. Let me know what you thought of these coins in the comment section below. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon to know when new videos are released. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.